it's Ellie. Welcome back to another video, or hello if you are new. Today I am here with a short little video, well, not a short video, but a one-off video, I should say rather, of a build that I did on my live stream, actually, on Twitch. So, you may notice that there is a blur over the bottom portion of the screen. That's just for my overlay because I figured my camera viewfinder and the chat going by might be a little annoying in the speed build. So I just kind of put a blur over the whole thing, and it's just the menu, so you don't really miss any of the building, any of that. But I figured that might be the best, rather than trying to crop footage. If I had to crop it, then you would really only see the middle of my build screen, and it would be, I don't know, just more distorted and worse overall, I think. That's yeah, so that's why I did that. And just an FYI, you may also see the occasional alert pop up, but it should just be pretty brief. I did get raided during the stream, so I did get a raid and then a bunch of follows one after the other, so, you know, sorry for that. That usually doesn't happen quite that intensely, but other than that, yeah, this is a little build that I did on my live stream, and I absolutely love the way it turned out. This is my first ever diorama build. I've never gone in and built a diorama for any reason, but I figured I'm gonna start doing that on my streams on Wednesday. If you didn't know, I mentioned it a couple times, but I do live stream Planet Zoo every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I also do a couple other games on my channel as well, but if you're interested in Planet Zoo, which I imagine you are if you're listening to this, then you might also be interested to pop into my live streams. We have a pretty relaxed time over there. And I built this little... So the idea of this series, and this build in particular, but it is going to be a continued series of dioramas that I do, it's called Reclaimed Nature. And the theme is some man-made structure that has, for whatever reason, fallen into nature's clutches. It's not, maybe it's only used minimally, or not at all, but in any case, the nature is taken over and the animals are now living there full time, and that is going to be all the series little dioramas. So I have this one, which I imagined as a little, I sort of developed the story as I was building it, but it ended up being a little mountain pass area. You kind of come in between these two mountains and you come to this swampy lake with the gatehouse. I imagine it's like the bridge to get over the swampy area, and built when people traveled by horse and buggy, I imagine, somewhere. And yeah, and now it is no longer being used for travel, but maybe just a little hidden destination, like a camp spot or something. And alligators live there now. You probably shouldn't camp if there's alligators, but you know, it's a place. It's a little secluded place, and I love the way that the little mountain area turned out. I used some blueprints, some rock blueprints that I got on the workshop, which were by Voracious Eyes. I remembered saying it on stream, I had to think about it. The creator who made my rock blueprints that I'm going to use in a bit is called Voracious Eyes, so you can go download that. I will try to link it in the description, but Steam links are stupid sometimes, and there's a chance I will forget. So just in case, I'm going to make sure I say it out loud here. You can go get that blueprint. Lovely, lovely rock clusters that really made building mountain cliffside so much easier for me and probably everybody. I've also used them in my New England zoo, which I did credit with a little sign there. But yeah, it's so it's got the mountains and the lake and everything, and I didn't try too hard to go into the weeds with this one in terms of like realism, and I was thinking about it even as I was building it during my stream. I was having these thoughts like, oh, do these trees go together? Are they in the same area? Does it make sense for them to be here? What about the grass? Like, and I don't know why I'm so ridiculous, especially because half the time I'm just building for aesthetic and not realism. But that's just the way my brain works, and especially I think with my biology degree, I just find it so hard to go against the natural. Like, oh gosh, I just want it to be real. As real as possible, and not, because I notice when it's not real, right? So that's the thing. Because I notice it, I just feel like everybody would notice it, even though that's not the case. Nobody usually notices if like grass is somewhere that grass doesn't usually grow, but I do. So that's why I impose these ridiculous standards on myself, even though it doesn't matter. Yeah, I decided to do gators first because gators I think are gonna be a theme of my channel. Probably my YouTube channel too, to be honest. So here's the story. I probably mentioned it before. Did I mention it? Actually, no, I'm not sure if I've ever mentioned this on my YouTube videos. Some time ago, like 3 years ago. 3 years? 4 years? No. 2 years? Oh gosh, I don't even know anymore. Some years ago, when I was volunteering at, yeah, it would have been 3 years ago. When I was volunteering at my local SPCA, we had a cat come in who was 16 years old. It was really sad. Her owner had to have surgery. Her owner was an elderly woman who had to have like some kind of major surgery and go live with her daughter full time in another state. And so she had to give her cat away. And she was devastated about it, obviously. And so I was not there the day that this woman came in, but I did hear the story, and I met the cat when I came in to volunteer the next day or whatever. And oh my gosh, what a funny cat that was. Her name was Gator. And again, she was 16 years old. So really old, you know. And when you get those kinds of old cats in a shelter, it's just the chances of them getting adopted over all of the kittens that we get in constantly, and like some of the more friendly cats that we have come in that are, you know, quite a bit younger, obviously. Just even, I hate to say it, but like even the like more reclusive cats, even those might have better adoption prospects than a 16-year-old cat at a shelter. So I had just come into a position where I could get another cat. I had 2 at the time, and so I was waiting specifically for a kind of situation like this, a cat that was going to be hard to adopt that I could take in because I had the capabilities. And so I adopted Gator, and she was so sweet. She lived with me for about a year until she passed, and I love her to death. And she meant a lot to me. And her name especially is just so funny. She got her name because she liked to bite people. Not aggressively. She wasn't a mean cat. She just liked to put her teeth on people as like a greeting. And so her original owner, I guess, had a different name picked out, but she just kind of became known as Gator because she liked to bite people so much. And one of my channel emotes on Twitch is the alligator sign from Planet Zoo. And so, you know, we're getting a little community now, and I feel like I want to call you guys something other than you guys when it's necessary to do so. So not, you know, not in my videos, I'm not going to make it a thing or anything, but I do think it would be kind of cute if we named the community Gators. As in, you guys are my gators. And it kind of works with my name, because Gingerelli Gators, there's some alliteration there, especially with my Twitch name, which is Gingerelli Games. So there's, again, some kind of alliterations there going on, and it works overall. So I figured we might as well start this independent build first in the series with an alligator. And I managed to get this is actually kind of funny. On the workshop, or not on the workshop, on the trading center, for the animals, I ended up getting a gator, a female gator that was 100% size, which I don't think I've ever seen in the trading store before, so that's pretty crazy. I'm just doing sandbox, so it is random, obviously, but still, that was pretty impressive. 100% size female. Still significantly smaller than the male. Also, my goodness, I'm so sorry if the wind is so obnoxious in the background of my mic. It is so windy here. I have never experienced such wind in my life because I'm from upstate New York, and we're in a valley in upstate New York. I worked in a place called Ithaca, and the tagline for Ithaca is gorges, as in like valleys and gorges, but it's a play on words to also mean gorgeous, as in beautiful. So yeah, that's kind of my hometown experience, is in the middle of a valley. So I do not feel like I have experienced wind that happens in these flat places. Actually, I mean, place is not even that flat. I'm surrounded by mountains. I go on the highway and I see like 3 different mountains. So it's not like it's even really flat here. It's just really windy. Why is it so windy in the Pacific Northwest? Please someone tell me. But yeah, there's a lot of wind, and I'm also still working on my microphone. I feel like a dunce. I just can't. I cannot figure out how to make it better. I'm hoping it's passable now. But my goodness. It's just so hard to get my mic settings right. And then also I recorded my my episode for The Long Dark the other day, and I didn't, for some reason, I do know why. It's because I made some adjustments to my default settings on OBS so that it doesn't track my desktop audio at all anymore, so that I can independently add any sounds that I wanted, because now that I'm streaming, I don't want all my like desktop sounds weirdly in my stream. That's really annoying to me. But that did mean that I basically like had to redo all of my scenes for recording, and I forgot that when I added my game sound, it would add the game sound to all the tracks automatically by default, and you have to go in and specifically check which audio tracks you want the sound to be on. And I usually, you know, the idea is to have my mic and my game sound on a separate audio track, so that if anything goes wrong with one of them, I can edit it and post in any way that I can, and also adjust volumes and whatnot, just to make sure that nothing is ever too loud. So I do apologize that the sound is not going to be great, but that video is actually already come out, so if you watch it, if you have already watched it, sorry. It was an accident. I didn't, yeah. Oh, I should mention also, because I was doing this on stream, I've also been building my Mystery Lake Zoo on stream from The Long Dark. And yesterday was my last day of doing that on stream. I'm not done. I actually have, I say a lot of work. It's like not that much building to do left. It's just all the rocks and all the trees, which is so tedious. So that's all I have to do left, really, in the towers. But I don't really have a lot of building to do, so I'm not gonna work on that on stream anymore. But I am hoping by next Saturday that I will have that done, and maybe a video will come out for it. I probably will do the tour video next Saturday. Yeah, that's the plan for now anyway. And then I'm gonna try to start on another. I don't know what map I'm gonna do next. I'm still debating if I want to do. I might do Desolation Point. That one seems nicer. Could do Forlorn Muskeg, Lake Inlet. Some of the flatter ones might be good. I'm kind of hesitant to do any of the, like, Timberwolf Mountain. God, that would be impossible, I think. Especially because I don't know what the map looks like. I honestly don't think I could recreate the map well enough to do that one. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do those on my streams anymore. It just didn't, it was so white, it just didn't really work for me, I think, as a stream game. It was cool and all. People were excited to see the project. I think people will be more excited when they actually see a finished product and not whatever half thing that I sort of built on stream. It was just, it didn't look like anything on stream. I think that's my point, is that it hardly looked like any, you know, it's not like this where I started and I completed the whole build in the course of a stream. So you can go from nothing to something like a pretty obvious complete something by the end of your 3 or 4 hours. But with the Mystery Lake, because it's such a long project, it's like I would spend like hours doing it and get like a building done and some trees down, and it was like 1/8 of the map or some nonsense like that. Like, please, just want to actually make some progress in the time span of a stream, and that doesn't feel entirely possible with my project, the Long Dark Zoo. I think I need a name for it. The Long Zoo? No. I don't know. I mean, the Long Zoo has the best ring to it, I think, that I could possibly get, but it doesn't make any sense. The Long Zoo. No, it's not really a long zoo anyway. It's not a zoo at all. anyway, I'm at the exciting part of the build, at least for me, which is when I get to put in all the finer details and really make it feel like it's coming alive. And once again, voracious eyes with those rocky blueprints, the ones that are the like fully gray ones, those are all voracious eyes. You probably would have seen me put the whole blueprint set in the map. All of these ones, the dynamic mossy rocks mix, that's me. But everything else is voracious eyes because, right, what a good set of blueprints. I'm really happy with the way that this build turned out overall. I'm most happy that the diorama does not look like a diorama for the most part. That's kind of what I hate the most. What I hate the most about my New England zoo is that there's no good way, in my opinion, to make the coastline look natural. Not the coastline is in like the water to land. I mean like the edges of the map where the water just kind of disappears. I wish there was a way to just make that look like it extended forever, but it doesn't. It's unfortunate. So we have to deal with it as it is. I really like doing the dioramas though. I'm definitely going to do more of these. It's really nice to be able to sit down and just have something done completely. Kind of similar to my like making progress on stream. I actually really like just having a complete video in a 3 to 4 hour time span that I just have to edit, narrate, and then I'm done. I'm totally done with this build. I never have to open this zoo again. I am gonna upload it to the workshop though. I do have to do that. But yeah, it's super nice. So I think I will do these. I'm not sure. I'll probably stick to Saturdays for these because it's a good enough time in between my series, my live stream, and YouTube posting. Should give me enough time. But also I have a bunch of other projects that are going to be exclusively YouTube only that won't have this stupid blur on the bottom. Let me know if the blur is super bothersome. My eyes adjusted to it pretty quickly, so I thought it was probably okay. But if it is really bothersome, I guess I'll try to do something different. I'm really hesitant to leave my whole overlay just up while I'm doing my build because me in the camera flickering, I thought that was more annoying personally to my eyeballs as I was trying to watch the speed build. More distracting for sure. But maybe that's just me, I don't know. And you know, if you don't want to watch any of that, you can just wait for my YouTube exclusive videos, or you could catch me live because I think it's not as annoying when you just get to chat with me while I'm building instead of watching the video and listening to me rant about nothing for 25 minutes, which is what I am trying to do now. It's a long video. It actually worked out really well to stream this because I didn't take that many breaks either. I was pretty focused on building the whole time, so I didn't have to edit a lot of the footage to cut out any of my long pauses that I'm usually taking. I did, you know, have a couple breaks, but what's nice is that I use my be right back screen, so it's really obvious when I'm stopping and about to begin again. Just have to wait for my be right back screen to go away. Yeah, overall, definitely going to be doing more of these. And it really depends how much building I feel like I'm getting done. Because now that I'm pretty caught up, I'm in a weird place where, like, any project that I start, I'm gonna have to make a YouTube video on and post immediately, whereas in the past, I've always been, like, a good month or so deep into a project before I released my first YouTube video, and so I had, like, some buffer time to continue working. Didn't have enough buffer time, apparently, with the New England Zoo, but I'm gonna blame that partially on moving across the country and having that sort of stress and whatnot in the latter half of the year. So yeah, that's about the end of the video. So I'm gonna leave you guys here. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please make sure to give it a like. Subscribe if you would like to see more content from me. I will be posting Planet Zoo videos Tuesdays and Saturdays. I have videos for The Long Dark on Thursdays, and I post edited versions of my Cattails live streams on Monday. But you can always catch me live on Twitch at Ginger Alley Games. Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings, 9 or 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Or, as I mentioned in the previous episode, I'm also going to be streaming on Sunday a Skyrim randomizer, which is going to be absurdly ridiculous and loads of fun. So if you would like to follow me on any of those places to catch my additional content, please go ahead and do so. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye!